and I can't wait for you to try.
There's plenty for our inner animal to feast on in these rowdy scenes with all-encompassing violence. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie riots.
We are being sent to a peripheral safe area. Our job will be merely to divert traffic away from the trouble zone and to protect public property.
For this list, we're looking at the most memorable big-screen riots and instances of violent civil disorder by a group of people. We're excluding prison riots this time around, but only because we've got another video for that. And a spoiler alert is probably in order. Number 10. Uprising, Children of Men. This dystopian flick depicts an alarmingly feasible vision of the near future, where there's been 18 years of human infertility. We follow Theo and Key, a young refugee who has miraculously become pregnant, as they battle their way through the United Kingdom to get her to a scientific group known as the Human Project.
Are you sure this is normal?
It shouldn't be this frequent.
Soon enough, tensions between asylum seekers and the military break at a refugee camp. In this scene with no cuts, tanks roll in, RPGs are used, and it is only the cries of Key's newborn baby that initiate a brief moment of calm among the carnage. Number 9. Cadet's first action, Police Academy.
Oh, this is very bad.
Comedy meets carnage in this funny cop flick as the new recruits have their first taste of action. And boy, are they farcically out of their depth.
You have 5 seconds to move away. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Unintentionally caused by the accident-prone Fackler, the cadets make little or no attempt to pacify the downtown rioters, throwing their helmets and running away being their only efforts at riot management. Jones uses his verbal talents to temporarily disperse the rioters, but after that, any real semblance of control is absent, with Blanks and Copeland even having their revolvers stolen. Okay, they're incompetent, but we love them anyway.
Get the car!
Number 8. Gay Rights Now, Milk.
Harvey, we should get to the stage.
This acclaimed biopic tells the story of Harvey Milk, a politician and activist who was pivotal in pushing forward gay rights in San Francisco, and whose impact has been wide-reaching ever since.
Get me permission to march.
Where?
Anywhere.
Here, Milk plays the pacifist as protesters against anti-gay legislation are on the brink of widespread violence, and he manages to defuse the situation by promising the mob that together they will fight the powers that seek to stop gay rights.
I know you're angry!
A scene rooted in a turbulent era in U.S. history. It will particularly resonate with those who have memories of that period in time.
Let's march the streets of San Francisco and share our anger!
Number 7. Burning Down L.A., The Day of the Locust. This dark and cynical drama depicts pre-World War II Hollywood living in a less than glorious manner. It employs bizarre and brutal imagery to demonstrate the alienation and disillusionment that Hollywood life has brought for our main characters.
I've been trying to find if someone here knows exactly what's going on out there.
While clamoring to catch the premiere of a film, Homer tramples and kills a young girl, sparking a riot spreading to the streets of L.A. The use of practical effects make the carnage in this oddly disturbing flick feel even more authentic.
In all my years of broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen, I have never seen crowd reaction like this. They're going absolutely frenzied here.
Number 6. Rue's Death, The Hunger Games.
Mockingjays. That's great.
Back home, we use them to signal all the time.
This sci-fi adventure takes place in the dystopian future where every year, as a method of social control, the 12 districts of what is now called Panem are forced to sacrifice two 12 to 18-year-olds as tributes in a fight to the death.
There's 24 of us, Gail. Only one comes out.
Yeah, and it's gonna be you.
While participating in what is known as the titular Hunger Games, protagonist Katniss befriends defenseless District 11 tribute Rue, but ends up being unable to protect her from being killed. Our heroine at least affords Rue a proper burial, and then gives the three-finger salute while her actions are being broadcast to the whole of Panem. In this scene, motivated by Rue's untimely death at such a young age, as well as the decades of suffering, the whole of District 11 revolts against the capital's forces. But they are swiftly met by the ruler's full force once the heavies roll in. Number 5. Coal miner strikes, Billy Elliot. Set during the 1984-85 coal miners' strikes, this British drama tells the story of Billy, an 11-year-old who finds he has a talent for ballet in a society where the concept of typical masculinity is incredibly important.
Boxing or wrestling, not friggin' ballet.
Happening simultaneously was the social disruption caused by Margaret Thatcher's decision to close mines throughout the country, and particularly vicious clashes between the police and strikers. The images portrayed in this scene are typical of the period, and the politically charged song London Calling by The Clash provides an appropriate soundtrack. Billy can only watch as his striking brother cannot escape the tides of horse-mounted police. Number 4. Guy Fawkes Night, V for Vendetta.
Remember, remember the 5th of November.
Another flick with a dystopian future and a corrupt government, so it perhaps shouldn't be a surprise that there's a riot or two at hand.
You really think the blowing up Parliament's going to make this country a better place?
There's no certainty, only opportunity.
After eliminating a number of key political figures, our hero, simply known as V, sets his plan for social revolution into motion, distributing Guy Fawkes masks around London for the final act on November 5th. The spark of the countrywide violence is the shooting of a little girl wearing a mask in the street. And we are then shown real riot footage as V topples an elaborate domino setup. Meanwhile, the movie's final scene has thousands of people peacefully marching towards Parliament to witness what Guy Fawkes couldn't achieve, blowing up the buildings of the British government. Number 3. Random rioting, Hot Rod. This comedy about an amateur stuntman takes the crowd gathering in slow motion for a meaningful event trope to a whole new level. The gang is walking through town on the way to a daredevil jump when a trash can goes through a window and, inexplicably, a full-blown riot erupts, complete with bagpipes, people making out on a car, riot police, and a lady having her wheelchair stolen. So utterly unexpected and equally hilarious, that one really did escalate quickly.
What the hell?
Number 2. Destroying Sal's Do the Right Thing. critically acclaimed comedy drama based in Brooklyn is underpinned by the racial tensions between the Italian owners of a pizzeria and the predominantly black neighborhood in which it is located. After a fight breaks out between pizzeria owner Sal and Radio Raheem over something as inconspicuous as the restaurant's wall of fame, Raheem is accidentally killed by the cops. A mob that witnesses the event then turns their attention to comprehensively destroying the pizzeria before firefighters arrive on the scene and then turn their hoses on the rioters. Before anything else kicks off, let's take a look at some honorable mentions.
Let the games begin.
Number 1. Battle for New York, Gangs of New York. This brutal historical drama film is not short on violence throughout, and it brings to life the New York draft riots thanks to its instantly recognizable style. There's a lot to grab your attention as soldiers seek to put down the riots, while Amsterdam and Cutting's gangs meet for a final fight for the city. After cannon fire from the Navy kills or disperses most of the gang members, our protagonist and antagonist are left to duke it out one-on-one. In the dust and rubble that has been left by the riots, Amsterdam finally gets his revenge for his father's death. Do you agree with our list? Please don't take a leaf out of these films' books and start a riot if we've missed something. What's your favorite movie riot?
Good people, please, let's all go home. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, you boy!
For more riotous top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Holy shit. I got to go now.